Hello boys and girls of the interweb, how are you doing? This is Safe again in Odin Valhalla Rising. Today I want to look at the Priest slash Paladin skill set. To go over that with you guys so you can know what to expect from a Paladin class. Now, this subclass of the Priest, you can switch to around level 10. You choose your, like you would have to go through the main quest, and about around level 10 you'll get to choose that. So let's see, skills here. We're gonna go over each skill with you guys and show you what you should be expecting from the Paladin class itself. All right, let's. Okay, this first skill is called Holy Brand. It's basically the melee version of the priest skill that we had went over. It has a continuous damage equal to 72% of attack power every second for 4 seconds. I do have it enhanced +1. So you'll see that if you are just starting out a Paladin and you haven't enhanced that particular skill, it'll be 70%. Okay. Okay, Healing Light recovers HP to yourself and one ally, so whoever is the closest ally to you will also be healed, or possibly the ally with the lowest health. I'm not sure how it chooses that exactly, but they have to be within 15 meters range. There's a 10-second cooldown, 12 MP consumption, and HP recovery is 5% of maximum hit points. Now a lot of these are the same here for these common attacks. It's normal. This subclass usually starts out has sometimes a little slight twist, like the brand is a melee attack on this character, but it doesn't really start until you get to the more uncommon skills, the green batch. This skill is Drain, which does 250% attack power and absorbs 20% of damage as HP. The exact same thing as the Saint or Bishop subclass for the Priest, the other side that's more of a pure healer. Now we're getting more into the actual Paladin. So this is called Lazy Blow. Yeah, interesting. Maybe it's a misinterpretation or mistranslation. But Lazy Blow, so attacks enemy by swinging the mace while spinning. Has 100% chance of slowing down the enemy that's hit. So I think that's maybe just means that the lazy part of this means it slows them down. It's a 250% attack power with a slow of 40% movement speed for 3 seconds. I could see how this could be very useful in PvP. I really like this consecutive skill that's after Lazy Blow. It is called Rampage. It swings the mace to attack enemies repeatedly with a 100% chance of reducing attack speed of the enemy attacked. So you get 400% attack power. It's pretty heavy hit, with a 20% attack speed debuff for 6 seconds on that NPC or player. It has a 8-second cooldown, so they would only have 2 seconds of their normal attack speed if you're sitting there fighting them, and that's pretty nice in my opinion. I like that skill a lot. I like the animation. It feels really impactful when it goes off. Very enjoyable skill to to see just pound the hell out of NPCs with. Or I haven't been in PvP yet on this game, but I'm sure it will be fun in PvP. Though the Paladin lacks a lot of the movement skills, as it's more of a like just bash instead of like jumping or rushing in. Doesn't have any of those kind of skills. All right, so the next one is Healing Camp or Healing Ore. This just is a ore spell. Healing Ore continuously recovers HP of allies within range. Only one ore can be chanted. So it has a 6.5 meter range. Max targets 4. It continues HP recovery of 0.5% of maximum HP every 2 seconds. I personally, this is a skill I would want to enhance first of these in the green category, just because this one here is the one I use the most. Keeps me alive when I'm AFKing, and I mean, it's just overall it's hard to pick one of the other ores for AFKing, really, honestly. This is like the best AFK ore. Let's go to the defense ore. This one is protection of the anti-moon. Increases your status element resistance and shock resistance probability of allies within range. So it helps you defend, like it gives you 5% of status element, right, which is like more of a CC, like stuns, slows and such, and impact resistance. So I'm guessing that is just that's a little harder to translate. It's just a guess, but maybe it's just 5% damage less from being hit. So yeah, I like I said, I use the heal one. I don't know how well that one does per se. I've only used it one time, and I was like, I'm going back to the heal one. Let's see. This is Reflection. This is like a thorn shield. If you played World of Warcraft, a reflection shield. Portion of the damage you receive will be reflected for a certain period of time, reducing the damage you receive from boss monsters. Reflected damage is capped at twice the damage the caster deals with normal attacks. Let's see. This cooldown time is 40 seconds. Reflection is 30% of damage reflected when attacked for 15 seconds. Of damage reduction against bosses for 5%. So for 15 seconds, you can reflect 30% of their damage. I can see how that could be really useful against burst players in PvP. Yeah, that would be a nasty little surprise for glass cannons, especially if you have really high HP build on your Paladin. Now this skill gives you movement and attack increase in an ore, and again you only can have one ore. You see the little circles at the bottom of these spells. These 3 are ores. So this is Gale Force. Increases your movement by 5% and your attack by 8%, and this stacks with a lot of other things that is like your gear and everything that increases movement speed. Your food, that does as well. There's like 4 different types of food that you can consume. There's also the scrolls that you can use. These all stack, and your speed, your attack speed gets pretty high from that. But again, that is a good one probably for PvP, but for AFK, I stick with the heal ore. Self-recover. Removes abnormal status, immobility, inability to act, and continuous recovers HP. So this will remove CC effects, excluding poisoning, and it gives you a heal over time of 1% of maximum HP every second for 5 seconds. So 5% of your HP back, and like so you'd be casting this heal, and then you cast this heal, you'd get 5%, and then 5% over 5 seconds. This is completely a self targeted spell, so you would not be healing your party members with any of that. Protection of the Earth. Attack the enemy with your shield while jumping on the spot and deploy a barrier. So this has several elements to it. You have a taunt that increases the aggro or hostility value by 20 times the normal attack damage. Damage from the attack is 300% of attack power, and your barrier, your shield that pops up, deploys a barrier of 8% of maximum HP for 5 seconds. So this is a tanking ability that pulls aggro. Judgment. That reminds me very much of World of Warcraft's Paladin. Releases the power of judgment to attack enemies with a 100% chance of stunning them. Range distance is a maximum of 13 meters. The damage is 30% of your attack power, and the stun inability to act for 2 seconds. So it's 2 second stun with a 100% chance. Though I would think that gear and everything in PvP would reduce that chance a bit. We'd have to see when we get into the PvP areas and such to see if this actually, like when we unlock this skill. Okay, shield uppercuts or shield upper. I think yeah, basically it's like a jumping shield attack. You're bashing their face in with the shield. I like the animation of this one. Raise your shield on the spot and attack the enemy, provoking the attacked enemy and increasing its hostility value. After landing, all damage taken will be reduced. So this is very similar to the to this skill. They're both tanking abilities, and they both also add a damage absorption. This adds damage, reduced damage for 5%. This adds the 8% HP shield. This has a much higher damage, has 380% attack power, and the aggro is 20 times the normal attack. So high aggro on both of these. This one's a little higher damage, and the damage reduction is just a flat 5%, where this is a 8% HP shield. So the more HP you have, the better the shield on this one. So overall, this could be better for damage reduction, whereas this could be just better for damage itself. It could go either way, honestly. It depends on your build, depends on your gear. That looks sick. I have to say that looks very, very sick. I like that a lot. Oh goodness. So this is your legendary skill, or this is a shield assault, which throws a shield to continuously attack enemies with a 100% chance of slowing down the enemy and a certain chance of knocking them unconscious. So the range distance says maximum. No idea what that means. Continuous damage is equal to 70% of your attack power every half second for 5 seconds. So that's 10 ticks of 70%. So that's 700% of your attack power. If that, full time is done. They slowed by 40%. Movement speed by 5 seconds. So this paladins have several slow skills, and they also have movement speed up skills. So I could see them being very hard to get away from on certain classes. Faint, 10% chance to be unable to take action for 1 second. So like a stun in a way, but you're not able to do anything at all, I guess. Maybe it's a bit of different effect than stun, because maybe you can actually still do stuff in stun. I'm not sure, like maybe take potion or whatever in stun. But yeah, that seems a bit strong there. It's an ultimate skill, so it seems pretty dope. Now this is called Call of Sanctuary. Deploys the sanctuary that continuously attacks enemies within range. Make allies within range, including yourself, immune to status elements for a certain period of time, and creates a magical barrier. This skill does a lot of things all at once. Let's see. Yeah, 100% of attack power every second for 5 seconds. So that dot. And the circle's kind of small. It's 5.5 meters, and it'll last 5 seconds, like I said, and it can affect up to 4 people or 4 targets. Magic barrier. The magic barrier damage reduction of 10% for 5 seconds. Another damage reduction skill. So yeah, that's pretty high. And the immunity for crowd control effects is 5 seconds. So stuns and whatnot for 5 seconds. That's it's pretty nice. I prefer this one. If I'm going to use the ultimate, if you're only allowed to choose to use one particular ultimate at a time, I would definitely go with this one. This is more PvE, it seems like. This is more PvP. I am really actually enjoying playing this Paladin character for now. And I don't know. I feel like this might be the class I would stick to when I go into the live. But I will go over the other skills with the other classes. Tell me what class you would like to see most in the comments down below. Or what class you're planning on playing when you get to play Odin in the global launch in a few months from now. Until then, guys, take care. Be safe and keep playing. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat. You'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious. Release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon. Stack